It's we in or we out. We were talking just now, laughing. Yeah, we all have different rules. Let's go here. Whatever rules you want to play by. And in the NFL, there's new rules, there's old rules, whatever it is. Some guys get some things, other people get others. In this case, Saquon Barkley's getting a lot of hate in New York. And that's because he's leaving the Giants for the rival Eagles. Well, as Saquon departs, and we saw those highlights right there, Saquon leaves as the heartbeat and the face of the franchise. A big void is being left in that locker room. So in we in, we out, I'm going to say a statement. You guys tell me if you agree with it or you don't. With Saquon gone, Daniel Jones is now the face of the New York Giants. Are we in or are we out? Jason McCourty.
I think we all expect it to be. We all maybe desire it to be. But I feel like when you're watching Curb Your Enthusiasm, you know, all right, the face is going to be Larry David, but then you see Jeff there, and you're just like, you know what? Like, I kind of like Jeff. I think he could be the face of this thing. He's a disgruntled guy going on right now at the golf course. Just signed disgruntled. So I look at it and I'm like, why can't Sexy Dexy be the face of the franchise? Why can't we just have him just doing his sack dance over and over again and make this the image for the New York Giants? I absolutely love that. Who doesn't like a big guy that can get after the quarterback but also has all the moves to entertain you? I am out on this statement. It is not going to be Daniel Jones. It is going to be a big, bald-headed, 300-something pound defensive lineman named Dexter Lawrence, who they've given a lot of money to, who is one of their best players on their football team. Sexy Dexy in there just doing all of this, and he's now the face of the franchise. That's who I'm rolling with.
You just wanted to do that move.
Yeah, I'm out. But it's not a bad thing that Daniel Jones is not the face of his franchise. Quite frankly, I don't know who the face of the franchise.
Figure it out. That's why we're here.
There is a void.
Yeah, I don't know who the face of their franchise is, and this is probably going to be one of the most challenging coaching seasons for Coach Brian moving forward, because you're missing your running back, bringing in a new defensive coordinator. You really don't know who your quarterback is going to be. Had Russell Wilson in there a couple weeks ago, so what is the answer? We all don't know, and I don't think they know either just yet, but I guess time will tell.
Yeah.
Set me up perfectly, my teammate. I think I'm out. Daniel Jones. You can't. The roller coaster, if you commit to Daniel Jones, who was hurt last season, and even before he got hurt, he wasn't playing that great. Like that is an emotional roller coaster that Giants fans do not need if you attach yourself as Daniel Jones to the face of the Giants. I think you go coach here. Brian Daboll's vibe. I was already appreciating what Brian Daboll brought to the table last season with his commitment to the cigar and the celebration.
What's this?
And then this is when he's greeting fans, and he's like, "What's up? What's up?" Like, Peter, you know Brian Daboll, but like he's got a cigar, and he's got a big pickup truck that I think he drives around. We see, look at him, just could care less. So then I'm around him a little bit more in the corridors at the combine. You pass these coaches in the hallway when you're in Indianapolis, and he's got this like really chill, approachable, very like. There are parts of New York State and Giants country that I think are speak to Brian Daboll's personality and vice versa. And I think just one of these franchises doesn't have to be a player. Let the cigar-smoking head coach be the face of your franchise.
Fair. I think he is the biggest personality right now. And that whole cigar dancing in the locker room, that works when you're winning.
Yeah.
Last year, the tide started to turn a little bit down the stretch. And I'll be honest, last year, the face of the Giants franchise was Tommy DeVito.
Yeah.
That became the biggest name, and that was the story of the season. So,
yeah.
To all your points, Daniel Jones, we've said how much money he makes all over the time. Like, that's the price of the crown. When you sign one of those mega deals, everyone knows your price tag.
Yep.
And I think that, and what the result was last year before the injury, and then, of course, the injury, and the fact that they can get out of it after this season, like, it's hard for me to say that. Now, I would just leave this open. As you said, we'll see. They have the number 6 overall pick. There's a chance, and if it's not going to be Thibodeau or Dexter Lawrence or Brian Burns on defense, maybe there's a quarterback at 6 overall, and suddenly we're talking about Drake May, or we're talking about J.J. McCarthy, and there's this newfound excitement here in New York. But right now, there's a couple questions about who the face of the franchise is.
Yeah.
All right, we're moving on.
Let's do it.
Let's go to the AFC, where yesterday we were doing flips about the Houston Texans. They've loaded up on talent this week. Some of them have been free agent ads. Some of them have been running backs from teams that have been to the Super Bowl in recent history, and Joe Mixon. Name after name after name. There are rumors that maybe Eric Armstead is coming along, as he is now free, and he and D'Amico Ryans have a history. Every year we do the show in the offseason, and we get ourselves all worked up about a team that finished the season strong the year before. It was the Detroit Lions last season, and it turned out they were that good. Here's my statement. You tell me if you're in or out. The Texans will be the trendy Super Bowl pick out of the AFC come August this year. Jason, are you in or are you out?
I am in. Bring on the dark horse talk all offseason. That's going to be a question. Well, who's your dark horse to make it to the Super Bowl? Everybody on TV, we're all going to try to sound extremely smart. We're going to say it's going to be the Houston Texans. And a lot of that is because their quarterback was that good last year as a rookie in C.J. Stroud. We're all sitting here, and like you said, we're applauding Nick Cassero, the GM. We're like, Nick was in his bag all free agency, going to get all of these different guys to surround their young quarterback and build it with talent after talent. Now it's just a matter of them going out there and doing it. It was the Chargers when I first started this show where everybody was picking the L.A. Chargers to do it because Justin Herbert, he's on his rookie deal, and we can see the flashes of greatness. We got to see that with C.J. Stroud. Pepe, you got to see it up close. You guys played Houston last year in that game.
Yeah, that highlight.
On the highlight. It's never fun to be on the highlights. I found that out when I first started doing it. It's amazing how quickly they go and find highlights with you in it, though. Yeah, so I'm all in on that one, Shrakes.
Jason, I'm with you. I'm all the way in with
Trendy Super Bowl pick, the Texans.
Yes. Very, very young, hungry, talented football team with a coach that understands how to not only get his guys in position to win, as we saw that, but he's been on the big stage before with the San Francisco 49ers. But that what C.J. Stroud was able to do last year as a rookie, and also having a little bit of time to spend with him this past Pro Bowl. I know it's a 7-on-7,
Still?
pretty much. Yeah, still football. But to see some of the things that he was able to do in that game, one of the throws that I'm still at all at is he rolled out to his left and threw it over his right shoulder to Jamar Chase. A dime in the left corner of the end zone, I believe.
So act it out. So he's rolling to his left.
He's rolling to his left. Jamar Chase is running across the field. So now he has to square his body back up to launch the ball 45 yards down the field.
In one fluid motion?
Oh, yeah, one fluid motion.
And hit him in stride.
Hit him in stride. Jamar catches the ball. Feet just gets in bound. And it was just a throw that a lot of young quarterbacks, you don't see a lot of young quarterbacks making. And to the pieces that they added to their roster this year, these guys are coming for you on the defensive line, from the defensive line, from the running back position. They have talent at the receiver position. And as we saw here on that highlight not too long ago, Collins getting me on the 7 route to pretty much seal the game.
Nico does that.
Yeah. There he is, and to seal the game. To win, but we, like Jason said as well, we had the opportunity to watch that young team up and close. Man, they are very, very talented.
I think 4 or 5 times last year in our game ball segment, I gave it to somebody in some capacity to the Houston Texans. Like, I was a huge fan of what they built last year, the young players that are there. It was such a thrill. One of my bigger regrets off of the season, if I remember a show from early January, was I had them in my playoffs and then I took them out because it just felt too soon. I want to give them another year of essentially being doubted. Peter, I'll go back to the tee-up of this question. You took us from the NFC to the AFC. The Texans are in the AFC. If the Texans and Super Bowl are in the same sentence, you are telling me that they have now beat the Ravens, the Chiefs, the Bills, the Bengals, who are coming back with their quarterback, and anyone else that wants to emerge out of the AFC West, because I think the Chargers got better with Harbaugh as their coach. That is hellish. It is hellish. And frankly, free agency as a whole, I think the AFC got better than what the NFC accomplished in terms of names added. Even within their division, we just got done talking about the Titans, and they got better. So they look different. I think they're better. Jacksonville's still coming. I can't go Super Bowl pick yet with the Texans, even though I love them.
That's fair. It's like, to me, there's 2 teams. There's the Texans and the AFC, and then the way the Packers ended last year with Jordan Love. It's like the Packers are going to be the hot team in the NFC. Everyone's going to be like, just like we were with the Lions last year. See how they finished the season? See what they did to Dallas? The Packers. But yes, look, trendy pick is different than the Super Bowl
Right.
dominant pick. This is the person that wants to go outside the box and say,
Yeah.
you know what? I called it.
Yeah.
There it is.
Yeah.
That's it.
It's going to be a lot of picks on the Houston Texans.
Yeah,
for sure.
sounds smart. Yeah. Start breaking down rosters and routes they're going to run. Yeah.